Thank you, and welcome to Jobimfest. I lost track of how many of these we have. We celebrate Jobim and Carlos Jobim every year in spring. We couldn't do it during COVID for 2 years. I lost track. I think this is Jobim 10 or 11. I'm not sure, Jobimfest. But we're glad you made it. For those who don't know me, my name is Joe Carter. I'm director of the music program here at Sacred Heart University. And I'd like to take this moment and introduce to you the members of the band this evening. On your left, we have the world's tallest harmonica player. Stand up, Hendrik. Show him how tall. This guy's a giant. His name is Hendrik Meurkens. And Hendrik did a request that I let all the students in the audience know that he is available for harmonica lessons here at the university for credit. So if anyone's interested in that, you could talk to him after the concert and maybe arrange that for the fall semester. Next, on the drums, we have a very good friend of mine from Brazil. His name is Graciliano Zambonin on the drums. Next, going in order, I guess, we have someone who used to teach here at Sacred Heart University, but she unfortunately moved out of the area, so we had to replace her. But it's great that she's able to come back every once in a while and we can get her to perform at the Jobimfest. She is the one, the only, Ryerson. And in the back, I was going to say my old friend. I've known this bass player since the 1980s, I believe. I happened to hear him playing in New York with one of my idols, a guitar player named Jim Hall. And I just fell in love with the bass player's playing. And I talked to him afterwards and I said, think we could maybe do a couple of gigs together or something. And he said, yeah, of course. So on bass, Harvie S. That first song was called A Felicidade. I know you have programs. It means happiness and is written by Carlos Jobim and his sometimes partner, Vinicius de Moraes. Vinicius was a poet who also became a songwriter with Jobim. And his lyrics, his words are sheer poetry. He was writing songs like this when most songs were fairly simple. I love you, the sky is blue, that sort of thing. Vinicius is writing about this particular song, the balance between happiness and sadness in our lives. I'm not going to go into the lyrics, they're kind of deep. But we're going to move on to the next song. And this is one of those songs. Jobim was an environmentalist long before that was a fad, that was a thing. He was very concerned about his country, Brazil, and what was happening to it. And he liked to write songs sometimes about the landscape, the ocean, the mountains. And this particular song, as you can tell from the title, is about the sky. This is called Look to the Sky. And this is one of those songs where he wrote, I believe he might have written the lyrics also. So we're going to do that for you right now. Oh, that last song, A Felicidade, I did want to mention that. It was from a blockbuster movie. It wasn't, Top Gun or Avatar or something like that, but it was the blockbuster movie of 1959. It was a movie entitled Orfeo Negro, or Black Orpheus. And it's just a beautifully filmed movie set in Rio de Janeiro during Carnival time. And Jobim and Vinicius de Moraes were asked to write some songs. And this movie, because it had these Bossa Nova songs in them written by Jobim, introduced Bossa Nova to the world. And I tell people this, that before this movie came out, nobody really knew about Brazil. When this movie came out, people saw Rio. They demanded that airlines create direct flights to Rio. When this movie came out, all of a sudden afterwards you had London to Rio, Paris to Rio, New York to Rio. That didn't exist before. The power of the cinema. And that was one of the main themes from that movie, A Felicidade. Now we move on to Look to the Sky. So the next song is, when we create these concerts for Jobimfest, we're dealing with about 500 songs that Jobim wrote in his lifetime, which is a lot of songs. But sometimes it's hard to figure out which tunes to play, which tunes not to play. There's so many great tunes. So we try to mix it up with some of his more well-known tunes and some of the more obscure tunes. This next tune is one of those obscure tunes we were talking about in rehearsal, and Hendrik had actually never even heard this song before, and he's a scholar on Jobim's music. And we always try to figure out where they're coming from. Who is this Luciana, the name of the next song? And I tried to do some research, and I'm really not sure. I know Vinicius de Moraes, who wrote the words for this song, had a sister named Luciana, so perhaps it was written for her. One of the things that makes this song stand out is it's in 3/4 time, which is very uncommon for Brazilian music, number one, and for Jobim also. Of those 500 songs that he wrote, I believe only about 6 of them were in 3/4 time, and this was one of them. For this, we'd like to feature someone who doesn't always get featured in the music, and that is the drummer. Sometimes he's a little neglected. So tonight we're going to let him play a little bit up front. And I kind of warned him, don't get too loud, don't get too out of hand, just take it easy. And maybe we'll let you do this sort of thing again next time. But this song, as again, features an intro from the great Graciliano Zambonin. From Luciano, we go to Chega de Saudade, which translates sort of to here it comes, that longing. Saudade is one of those words in Brazilian Portuguese that has no literal translation to English, but we sort of say it means nostalgic or longing. What's important about this song is that it was the first Bossa Nova song recorded. Jobim is one of the creators of the Bossa Nova style. And it's a style that just took over the world in the 1960s. It starts in Brazil in the late 1950s. And because of several hit songs in the US, it just takes over. Everybody was listening to the Bossa Nova in the 60s. This was from a recording from the other creator, or the co-creator of the Bossa Nova style, João Gilberto, singer, guitar player. And he had an album. This was the title song. Jobim wrote some of the songs on that recording. He arranged all of the songs. And he played the piano on the recording. So it's very well documented that this was the first Bossa Nova. 1959, did I say that? So this is, you know, when I play this song, I'm almost like in awe of this song. I think of it very reverently because it is the first. This is Chega. come to that time. We have one more song left.
Did we do 500 already?
We did 499. This is a big part. This is the first Jobim song I ever learned. And the first time I went to Brazil to play, I was very proud of myself that I knew a Jobim song, and I was going to play it for the Brazilian musicians. So I was going to play it with the Brazilian musicians I was hired to play with. And man, I was happy. Until I found out I was playing it wrong. They told me right away after about 4 bars in, hold it there, gringo. You're playing it wrong. And they taught me how to play it correctly. This is a song that most jazz musicians know also. It was a song that was on a series of 3 albums that Jobim recorded in the United States, in New York, with a mix of Brazilian and American musicians. And this was actually the title track of one of those 3 albums. The 3 albums were Tide, The Red Blouse, and this song, Wave. We'd like to thank you for coming out. Before we begin, we'd like to thank you for coming out this evening. We always appreciate your support. And once again, please join me in thanking on harmonica Mr. Hendrik Meurkens. And on flute, we hope she's going to come back again, even though she's sort of abandoned us and moved away to another state for warm weather, I guess, Florida. You know. But anyway, we hope she's going to come back. Ryerson. And my good buddy from somewhere in Brazil, I always forget where. It's not Rio, it's not São Paulo, it's not Rio Grande do Sul, it's not Recife, it's Curitiba. Mr. Graciliano Zambonin. And my brother from another mother, since I've known since the 80s. We recorded together, we performed together, we played with other musicians together. We've always had a special bond and a chemistry. I'm starting to get a little choked up here. The one, the only, Harvie S. Now, for those of you in the audience who are wondering, you know, he said something in class about a sign-up sheet, an attendance sheet that we had to sign. Those will be evident at the end of this next song. They will be somewhere up here in the front of the stage for you to sign. With that, we're going to continue or finish up with our song, Wave, or Jobim song, our version of Wave. Ow.